Welcome to Clearing the Clutter Inside and Out with Julie Coraccio. Every Tuesday at 1 p.m., hear easy to implement tips on decluttering all areas of your life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and energetic. Learn how to release clutter and get organized to create the life you choose, deserve, and desire. An award-winning professional organizer and coach, Julie is passionate about supporting people in clearing clutter so they can share their gifts with the world and live a more joyful and fulfilling life.
Hey everyone, it's time for a giveaway. Adam Levine, not the guy from Maroon 5, but the creator of Rapid Gift Bag, has generously donated a Rapid Gift Bag for one lucky winner. You can listen to my review, it's a December bonus, or watch on YouTube. This giveaway is for all of November, so you have up until the 30th to enter. To be entered, simply rate and write a review of Clearing the Clutter Inside and Out. Once you've done that, email julie@reawakenyourbrilliance.com with your name and where you reviewed our podcast, iTunes, Stitchers, TuneIn, etc. Once verified, you'll be entered to win. Drawing is December 1st. Good luck, everyone! If you have listened or watched any of my episodes, you know that I see a coach monthly. It's a 2-hour session and an integral part of my personal and professional development. Prior to working with Elizabeth, I worked with another coach, Lisa. I have become a better person because of both of them, and I know I would be a much different person had I not worked with them. What has been invaluable with both Elizabeth and Lisa has been increasing my awareness and mindfulness. I'm a work in progress and will always be. Holidays are a great time to increase your awareness. The more aware you are, the easier it is to navigate life. The easier life is, the less stress you have. Life is also more enjoyable and fulfilling because you can release what is unimportant. How well do you know yourself? How aware are you of yourself, your family, friends, neighborhood, community, the world? Clearing the clutter inside and out focuses on decluttering and getting organized. Why? Because it's been my experience when you get rid of clutter and get organized, you can create the life you choose, deserve, and desire. If you're listening or watching, you have, at some level, an awareness that clutter or getting organized is holding you back, so you are finding resources to help you. When I work with clients, it's often digging deeper so you can create more awareness. The more aware you are, the easier it is to release clutter. Most of us run on autopilot. Many don't make the time for examining their lives and becoming more aware. Today, we are focusing on ways of increasing our awareness that can help us release clutter. I'm going to encourage you to not limit increasing your awareness to clutter, though. Most of us have many areas where we would benefit from increasing our mindfulness. I consider myself a work in progress, and I hope you view yourself the same way. Do the best you can each day. All right, let's talk about physical clutter. The more awareness you have, the easier you can release clutter. If you aren't using something, you can let it go. I did an episode called What's Your Kryptonite, where I talk about discovering where you get stuck easily. For me, it's beauty samples and leopard print, so I have to be extra diligent when I am around either of those. But can you go deeper? Can you bring a greater awareness? I had a client who had a stack of newspaper articles and magazine clippings about 3 feet tall. I asked her what it was, and she said they were articles she was waiting to send to people. I asked her how long she had the stack. It had been around 2 or 3 years. As we talked, she made the connection that she believed that if she didn't keep in contact like this, sending the articles, that her friends and families wouldn't love her. As soon as she voiced this, she knew it wasn't true, and we were able to recycle the whole pile. This is just one example, and in some instances, there are going to be more layers, but you get the idea of how you gain more awareness. The more aware you become, it's easier to release what doesn't serve you. Look around at your physical clutter. Is there a sudden insight or increased awareness you have? Let's talk about mental clutter. I talk a lot about living in the present moment because that is the point of power to create and change your life. If you become aware of whether you are in the present moment or mainly in the past or in the future, that's the first step. You've become aware. Again, I can't say this enough. So many of us are on autopilot, and I put myself in that category. The more I work on myself, I see how I can just sometimes have a knee jerk reaction, and it's okay because I continue. I don't stop. I work on myself. So you want to take that next step. Become aware if you're spending the majority of your time in the past, in the future, or if you're doing a pretty good job on the present moment. When you realize that, you can take it to another level of awareness. Why are you spending most of your time in the past? What are the patterns you've developed? Maybe you need to speak up for yourself or have better boundaries. Now that you're aware of it, what action can you take? Next up is emotional clutter. Are you aware of how you truly feel? Many of us bury and don't acknowledge or honor our emotions. Maybe you're challenged that you share your emotions with the world all the time. You burst into anger easily or weep uncontrollably at the drop of the hat. With either example, you can become more aware. What's causing this? Was it an event, a person? What needs to heal? What needs to change in your life? Do you need to be more aware of triggers? I feel emotions are flags signaling us to get our attention. Once you have become more aware, what plan can you put in place to positively support you?
Do you declutter and then in no time you find yourself surrounded by clutter again? Have you tried to let go of your clutter but just don't know how? Are you stuck when it comes to releasing clutter? Are clearing the clutter inside and out, releasing and affirming MP3s support you in all areas of your life? Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and energetic. Learn more at reawakenyourbrilliance.com.
Spiritual clutter. When I was living in Los Angeles, my brother said to me, "You see yourself as a victim." In that moment, I knew he was right. Someone else might have told me before, and I might have had many people tell me before, but until that moment, I wasn't able to hear it. However, it was my brother said it to me, I heard him. When I learned that, I embarked on a journey to figure out why I felt that way. I enrolled in a program called ClearSight that allowed me to figure out a big part of where it came from. Once I did that, I could begin the healing process. This is something I still work on today. My feeling like a victim has become much more subtle, so in certain situations, I sit quietly and ask a lot of questions. I'm laughing as I write this. I have been contemplating how to respond to someone who's been less than honorable with me. Until I started to write about this, I couldn't see that part of my struggle is I feel victimized. The more you practice this, the more your awareness increases. When you become more aware, you can take action. Energetic clutter. Are you aware of how some people make you feel when you're around them? Does their energy feel good or not so great? Compare how you feel before hanging out with them and after. Social media is a wonderful place to learn about energy. I like to sit back and watch things. People might say something and you think, oh, the words really are kind of mild, but when you sit back, you can really feel the intent sometimes of what people are putting out there. So if you've done your little experiment, if someone doesn't feel good to be around, examine that. Could that be your intuition trying to tell you something? Some people really need to increase their awareness in this energy as they could be an empath. An empath is someone who takes on other people's energy. Have you ever been around someone and then immediately feel ill? Or you might be in a great mood and your mood turns sour as you spend time with someone. You notice that they're in a sour mood and you seem to have matched that. So, we've talked a lot about self awareness today, and that is great. But again, I always want you to take it one step forward. Once you've become more self aware, how can you bring that into the world? How aware are you of the people around you? Your family, friends, coworkers, neighbors, community. It's been my experience that a lot of us could improve our self awareness, but that we could improve even more our awareness of others. I was at the post office recently, and I regularly go there. They had put up a new sign: please move to the side to pack your packages so we can serve others. The woman ahead of me was oblivious to this, talking on the phone, waiting to get approved to send something. It was well over 5 minutes. I was the only one behind her, but the time she got off the phone, there were 10 people. Some of us could have been served. She was completely oblivious to the sign. The clerk asked her to move over to pack her shipment. Think about being in line, standing, and watching this. There's a sign asking her not to do it. She's completely ignoring it. There's a long line. People are getting angry and frustrated. This is just one example, but when you times that by 1,000,000 and have all these little things going on during the day, you're going to get a lot of angry, tired, and frustrated people. I often wonder about people who litter. Someone has to pick up your trash. If you are aware of that and don't care, that's something worth examining as well. I believe how we treat others is a reflection of how we treat ourselves. If you disrespect someone, you are all disrespecting yourself. Where would you like to find more awareness? I encourage you to pick one area and one example this week and spend some time on that. All right, everyone, go out and increase your awareness and mindfulness to clear some clutter to create the life you choose, deserve, and desire.
Thanks for listening to Clearing the Clutter Inside and Out. Sign up for our newsletter and receive a free copy of our 10 clutter-free living tips. Ready to create the life you choose, deserve, and desire? Learn about Julie's services including coaching, classes, affirmations, aromatherapy, and her unique How to Declutter Your Life course and more at reawakenyourbrilliance.com. Don't forget to subscribe and join us next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step.